If you love local AI, you're going to love the new LM Studio Bionic. Bionic is a brand new free app that was released by LM Studio, and it replaces tools like Claude Code and Claude Cowork for when you want to use local models to do the work for you. So on top of local models that you have downloaded and running on your own devices, you can also use other open models like Kimi K3 or GLM 5.2. But when you're using these models, you do have to set up billing. You do have to pay for these because they're hosted on LM Studio servers. Now, if you're in the local AI game, you've probably heard of LM Studio, but in case you haven't, a quick summary is that this is a free app that lets you download and run local models on your devices. You're able to chat with the models directly within the app itself. If you set up LM Studio across 2 or 3 different devices that you have, you can actually share the AI between devices. That's really cool. And then the final cool thing is that you can actually get a local host URL that you can then use to plug your local model directly into a tool like Pi.dev, OpenClaw, Hermes Agent, Claude Code, and then you can power those tools with the local model running on your computer. So now when it comes to the functionality of Bionic, well, Bionic can do all those things that we just mentioned in the original LM Studio app, plus it can do more. The positioning of Bionic is that it actually has 2 main modes. It has the work mode, which is like the Claude Cowork, and it also has the code mode, which is like the Claude Code. The work mode creates a virtual environment on your computer, very similar to how Claude Cowork does, and you're then able to create and edit documents directly from your computer. So basically, whatever you create, whatever you edit, lives on your device. We also get access to MCP. There's a couple of pre-built MCPs already. I'll go through an example of how to set up a new MCP, and then from our work session, we're able to interact with that MCP as well. And then for Bionic coding, we're able to create apps, automations, and do computer control. And we also have this built-in preview browser panel directly into the app. So as we're building our app, we're able to preview it and then edit it live as well. The next update is that you can use real-time voice transcription inside LM Studio Bionic. So this actually downloads a 2 or 3 gig model onto your device, and then you can just click the voice mode button, and it transcribes whatever you say into the text input box. And then like we mentioned before, this is natively local. So just like in the LM Studio app, you're able to browse and download different models onto your devices as long as they fit, of course. And it works across the GGUF and MLX formats because it's got multiple different runtimes running under the hood. And then, of course, we have open models, the frontier open models. We have GLM 5.2, Kimi K3, DeepSeek V4. All of this is actually run on, I think, US servers, but you would have to just double check. And it has 0 data retention as well. Actually, let's just quickly check now. So, for example, running Kimi K3 in LM Studio Bionic. There we go. So our inference servers are US-based with 0 data retention enabled by default. And then the final 2 updates, which I just mentioned. The first is that you have built-in web search, which is facilitated by LM Studio. If you do want fully private local web search, you might need to get your own solution set up for that. And it also has MCP. So the MCP access is awesome because it now gives you the ability to basically get your AI, your local AI model out of the actual Bionic app, out of that workspace, and then to interact and do work in different tools that you use. So here we have the LM Studio app. And this has got a very familiar interface, the tools that we're already used to using. In the center, we have our text input box, and basically this whole central panel is going to be our conversation. We have the plus button that we can introduce different contexts, so different files and folders into our conversation. We have our model selector, so all the different local models that I've got running on my device. We have the transcription, so you'd have to enable it in the settings, and then you can just transcribe by using this button. And then obviously we send messages in using this blue button. Now on the left-hand side, we've got this panel, which is basically the storage of all of our projects and historical chats. Down here, we have our settings, which we'll get to in just a second. And on the right-hand side, we have the auxiliary tab, which is basically whenever you're working with files, you're building websites, you're building apps, any other files and folders that you're bringing into your project that are additional to the conversation that you're having, they'll be shown over here. So we'll actually get to see this later on when we build out some files and some apps. So how about we get started with a brand new project? So when you're creating a project, you have an option to either go with a default setup, which is actually work mode. So I'm going to say work demo. But later when we create our second project, I want to be enabling coding. And this is just basically we're choosing a workspace for us to be able to code within, and then we're able to run commands in that folder as well. So it's just about permissions. For now, I'm just going to leave it as not allow coding. So this is going to be our work demo. And that work demo project creates a separate folder on our computer. And I'm just going to send a quick message just to test this out and say hi there. And there we go, we got our response. And just to check, this is running on my Mac Studio. The Jules Mac Studio is, I believe, a 64 gig M4 Max. So yeah, it takes a couple of seconds initially to send the first message, but then the subsequent responses are typically a bit faster. And this is QAT, I'm pretty sure it's GGUF format as well. So now I'm going to give Bionic the very first task, and I'm going to get it to web search for the latest AI news. Now let's just go across to our settings, make sure we're in a general panel, and let's make sure we have web search enabled. Once again, this is the built-in web search from LM Studio. And in order for us to use this, we actually have to have, I think, account set up or billing set up, or we have to have like some credit on our actual account to be able to use this. And later in this video, I'm going to show you basically how to get some credit as well. So we got web search enabled. Let's go back to our app and let's hit send. And here we have our response or the summary of the AI news being generated. So if we just scroll up, we can see, if we just click on this worked, called one tool. And over here, we had the request. So basically, Bionic creates an objective, which is the task to be completed. So get the latest and most important AI news from the past week. We have some search queries and we have the response. And I think we went through 10 different search results. So basically, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that Bionic went through was then summarized in this response over here. And now that we have this AI summary, I want to test out the functionality of working with documents. So I'm just going to ask Bionic, can you please turn this into a professional document that I can then share with my team? So I've actually used Bionic from day one when it was released, and there's been about 3 or 4 updates already. There have been quite a few issues, at least for my use case that I wanted to use this for. For example, you can see we've got some failed tool calls over here. There were times where I couldn't use models from different devices, like via LM Link. But over time, these issues are getting ironed out. I think it's only been a week since LM Studio Bionic was released. So they are really focusing on getting it improved and making it better. So if you are running into any issues, just be a little bit patient and I'm sure those kinks will be resolved. So we can find the file that was created over here. So it's in the AI reports folder. And if we just open this up, that's beautiful. So AI Market Intelligence Report, July 2026. We've got the full report over here, and it looks like it was in Markdown format, and then we're just previewing it nicely. Now, this does also work with PowerPoint, but from my experience, when you're using like PowerPoint generation inside something like Claude Cowork, it does come out a lot nicer and a lot like, it looks really good. It's got nice coloring, it has nice spacing, different fonts. When I've created PowerPoints using Bionic, depending on which model I use, it actually comes out pretty like very, very raw, very basic, but it does actually create a PowerPoint. So I think with some additional prompting, you can actually get there as well. Now at this stage, I want to take this file, I want to share it with my team. So I'm going to go across to my settings panel and I want to introduce an MCP, which will let me push that document or at least the AI summary somewhere where my team can see it. So I'm going to go across to connected apps, and over here you can see I've got 5 different MCPs that are pre-configured. I just need to set them up, basically just give my API key. But what I want to do is add a ClickUp MCP, which is a task manager tool. So let's just get that started by typing in ClickUp. I'm going to go to my browser and I have ClickUp MCP. So I'm just going to copy this URL. Let's come back into Bionic, and this is going to be a web address. And then I want to get an access token. So I want to get an API token and paste it into here. So let's go into my test space. This is my ClickUp test space. Go into my settings and let's find ClickUp API. And let me copy this API token, come back into Bionic, paste it into here. Now, one thing I noticed before in my testing with the ClickUp MCP was that I have to also add a X workspace-ID header. Then we just need to go back into our account and copy this workspace ID. I think because I got a couple of workspaces attached to this one account, that's why the MCP wasn't working for me before. But yeah, basically that's what I'm just doing here. So I'm going to add this MCP now, and let's wait for the status to change up here. There we go. Connected 53 tools are ready. So let's just check if we can access that. Can you access my ClickUp workspace? So with Claude Cowork, you typically go to this plus button and then you can add different MCPs. You can either like toggle them on or off depending on a conversation. But for the current version of Bionic, you don't have to do that right now. So we have, I can interact with your ClickUp workspace using these specialized tools over here. Okay, let me just get that. Let me just get actually a specific list. And I'm just going to drop down here. I'm going to go to AI updates. Let me just copy this link. Can you access this list? Okay, create a test task in that list. Okay, so it looks like we're creating a task. Okay, looks like we've successfully created that test task. There we go, test task from the AI assistant. Let's see if we can just share the latest AI news in a brand new task in that list. This will effectively close the loop for me. So we did some web search. We were able to find the local AI news. We created a document, and now we want to push that update to our team. The only thing that I would really love for for Bionic to have is like a scheduled task where I can run this kind of process, like check my emails every day at 9 a.m., get the latest AI news every day at 9 a.m. I would love a way to do scheduled work directly from Bionic, and then hopefully in the future they actually release that as well. So it looks like we actually created that. Let's go back into our workspace. The latest AI marketing intelligence summary, July 2026. And if I just expand this, okay, so instead of attaching a file, it's just created the actual update over here. So yeah, that's awesome. That actually works very well. So at this stage, let's say that we're done with the work demo, and now I want to create a coding project. So let's go code demo. We're going to allow coding. Choose a folder for Bionic to work in. I have code demo from my original test that I was doing. Let's just go code demo 2 and click create, use this folder and create it as well. So let me just close this side panel. I can just close this as well. Now we're inside the code demo 1. And what I'm going to do is actually just grab this URL, which is, I'm pretty sure this. And I'm just going to ask Bionic to go back into that ClickUp task and then basically recreate whatever information was there in a simple HTML page so that I can view it. Okay, awesome. So while this is working, I'm just going to go into the settings and explore a couple more things here. So I'm just going to go through some of these settings and just show you some things that you should be aware of. Now, the first thing is that we're currently on build 9. So it looks like there's been 9 updates to Bionic already. Definitely check for updates very regularly. I just updated mine maybe like an hour ago. But as you update, you do go through and iron out some of these issues. So definitely be updating your instance as often as possible. Also, if you have LM Studio, you must update the LM Studio to the latest version as well. So one issue that I had was when I was first using Bionic, I had LM Studio like an outdated version on my my Mac Studio, and I wasn't able to use LM Link, so I couldn't use the inference from my studio on my local device. So if you do run into an issue like that, just have all your LM apps updated all the time. So for web search, we definitely want to have this enabled, even though we're using through LM Studio, no big deal for now. Exploration agents, I think if you are using open models like Kimi K3 and GLM 5.2, you'll have a better experience. But if you've got a small 16 gig device, maybe if you spawn multiple agents, you might bust your context window and then crash your computer because we don't have a lot of RAM. Next, we're looking at voice. So this is for the transcription. If you enable it here and you request microphone access, you'll be able to download that model onto your device and you'll be able to use local transcription. For billing and usage, just make sure that you have your own account. I think that you can create a free account and then you can use my trick that I'll show you a little bit later to get like $5 of credit. It isn't much credit, but it's better than nothing and it takes about 30 seconds to get. We have connected apps that we saw before, so we can just plug in pre-existing MCPs, or we can very easily add in new custom MCPs like we did with ClickUp. The LM Link is the most interesting thing. So I've got multiple devices plugged into my LM Studio, and I can share the models across basically all of those devices. But most importantly, I can use Bionic on my 16 gig device, and I can get the Gemma 426B from my Mac Studio, from the Jules Mac Studio, which is awesome as well. We then have the Explore tab. So this is very similar to the LM Studio original app. You can just browse different models. The main difference here that I love is that instead of just downloading it onto your main device that the app is running on, you can decide which device to download that model to. So for example, I've got Jules Mac Studio, but I'm currently on my 16 gig Mac Mini, and I could download a bigger model onto that bigger device and then use it without having to physically be on the Mac Studio. And then the final thing I want to look at is the local host URL. So if you just start the server, you can copy this URL and then you can plug it into your Claude Code, into your Hermes agent, your OpenClaw, whatever other tool that you want to be using your local model within. And I'd say those are the main day zero settings to be aware of. So if you just download LM Studio Bionic today, just go into those like 5 tabs and mimic my settings if you would like. So if we come back into our coding session, so worked for 1 minute and 21 seconds. Let's have a look, called 4 different tools, failed some of these commands, which could be because I'm using the Gemma 426B. Maybe if I used the Qwen 3.6, which might have been a smarter thing to do, I'd have a bit more accuracy with what I was doing here. But let's have a look. I've extracted the information, the latest AI marketing intelligence summary. I've got the information here, and then I created this HTML file. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we can also serve this file locally. If I just open up this browser, There's no quick button to actually serve it locally, but we can get a local host URL over here. So I just need to instruct Bionic to do that. So we've just started the local web server and opened the page for you as well. So I didn't even have to copy this URL into here. So let me just close this side panel. And here we have the HTML page built out, which is awesome. I mean, it looks like it was created by an AI model, which is fine. We're just using a Gemma 426B. And I gave very minimal instructions, but we were able to complete the task. We were able to MCP into a different tool, bring in some context, bring in some information, and then create an HTML page and run a local server and then preview it within the LM Studio Bionic as well. So in my eyes, for the first week of this product being out, this is extremely capable, especially with such a small model like Gemma 426B compared to using Claude Opus 5 or whatever other models that we're using. So yeah, very excited for this app. And now in terms of getting some free credits for your account, what I did was I found the LM Studio Bionic. It's actually been 14 days that it's been released, not just 1 week. And I found this post on Hacker News. And basically the founder of LM Studio, Yagul, mentions that if you just send your username, so just create a free LM Studio username, send it to this email address, and then you basically get I think still $5 of credit loaded up onto your account. So definitely give this a go. And then you can have web search enabled. You can have a couple of credits for Kimi K3 or, GLM 5.2 to give it a bit of a whirl as well. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you've watched this far and you're looking for additional help, either like personal coaching or if you're a business looking to implement AI, I'll drop a link below to my website so you can get in touch with me. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.